Okay, so bilateral versus same side breathing. Is one more efficient than the other? Is one faster than the other? There's a lot of discussion in swimming on whether you should breathe alternative sides, with the idea being that you're more balanced, potentially faster and more efficient, as opposed to breathing one side. Well, I'm showing you here that it's the same. This video, as you can see now, is bilateral, and then in a second we'll move on to same side breathing. As long as you are balanced and stable, it doesn't make a difference. In the ocean walker technique, we're actually rotating our hips in order to take the breath. So I'm not lifting my head, I'm actually pushing my temple into the water. It's like I'm on a rotisserie and I just push it into that water and allow the hips to take me. But I'm very balanced. The reason I'm balanced is my head, when it's down and not breathing, is very still. That makes me very stable when I'm on my side. The other thing that I don't do when I pull back is I don't lift my arm overhead, causing an imbalance. I push to the inside of the groin and then I sweep nice and low in order to help me keep stable. But as I say, it all comes from the head. The head is the rudder. If you move the head to the side and you move it all over, then that's going to affect the recovery arm and possibly over rotating. So keeping that head still, looking down, is really important before you breathe. Then you take your hips one side and then push that temple into the water. The other important thing is where that front arm goes when you take that breath. So watch that front arm doesn't go across the center line, because then the back shoulder will over rotate and cause an imbalance. So make sure that that arm is out of the eye line, this left arm now, and not in the center line, and then everything stays balanced. There are drills in order to help you stay balanced as well, stripping the stroke down, which is on Ocean Walker Vimeo. If you want to subscribe to that, drop me a line. But staying balanced is the key. And here I've slowed it right down. You can see that head is not moving. When I take the breath, everything's balanced. That left arm pulls back, but it doesn't roll back the shoulder. If I allow my pull to really roll back on itself, then I'm going to be in trouble. Here you can see breathing every two. So I've moved from bilateral to now every two. There's no different, everybody. There's no difference. I'm nice and balanced. The speed isn't any difference. The only reason I'll breathe bilateral is in a race, so I can see somebody on my left side and somebody on my right side. Obviously a lot of the swimming that I did was long distance, with the boat being one side of me, normally the right hand side. So I'm quite comfortable breathing every two to the right, but I'm also very comfortable breathing to the left every two, or even bilateral. As I say, it doesn't matter. A lot of people who lift their head high and the arm goes high overhead, they'll say that it's good to breathe alternative side to even out the neck muscles. But as I say, in the ocean walker technique, we're not lifting the head and we're not using those neck and shoulder muscles. We're actually spinning on a rotisserie. So it's actually no pressure in the neck. There's no tension and not a lot of muscles working as a result. I'm just like I'm spiraling onto the breath, as you can see here. But if I lifted my head now, lifted it high, my arm would go higher, and yes, I would lose neck muscles to do it. So maybe then breathing to the left side would even out the muscles. But as I'm not doing that, it doesn't matter. And because I'm very stable, it really doesn't matter whether I'm breathing left, right, alternative. So for me, I don't believe there is any difference in speed. Here's another video you can see here, breathing every two. As long as you are balanced. You've heard me say that a lot through this video. Stay stable, learn to have those eyes looking down, and then when you take that breath, keep the eyes looking down, push the temple into water, take the breath, pull to the inside of the groin, sweep it out in that semicircle to stay nice and stable. Watch that when you're on your side, that one leg doesn't whip behind you. That can sometimes happen where your kicking leg comes behind you and knocks you off balance. Just watch that.